Probably the only people who are hesitant about accepting West Virginia are some of our coaches, because they know the quality of West Virginia athletics, and your record speaks for itself, and it's a good program, and not just football and basketball, but the women's basketball, those are important. So it's going to be very competitive. We're bringing in a doggone competitive program. You're not starting from scratch. You're good.
How important is this for your stability? Considering the actions of the
I'm
past
glad you asked that question, because we are having a board of directors meeting today, and every member of the Big 12 Conference has signed the Grant of Rights Agreement. There can't be anything more stable than that. Now, for your information, the Grant of Rights means that they have conveyed to the Big 12 Conference their television rights. That means if the University of Texas goes someplace else, they can be on TV, but the Big 12 gets their TV money. So that's probably pretty stable.
Commissioner, was West Virginia's entrance into the Big 12 contingent on being available next year?
Well, yes, we need a 10th member for next season to fulfill our TV commitments. There's an inventory that goes with a contract with TV, and so we have to be able to do that.
Okay. Was that the deciding factor on West Virginia over Louisville?
No, it was not. It was a deciding factor that we took a look at the program, and Louisville is a very fine institution, and who knows, someday they may be a Big 12 member. Now, don't get me wrong that we're looking to expand, but West Virginia is here and ready.
Commissioner, unless details are still being worked out, would West Virginia take Missouri's spot on the schedule as far as schedule?
No, we're going to have to redo the schedule, obviously, for a variety of reasons, but we're going to have to do some adjusting.
Commissioner, are you still expecting West Virginia to get playing next season?
Yes, sir. Well, then I guess for the first time in college football history, we'll have home and home.
Dr. Clements, you're optimistic that this lawsuit can be settled by then and you can be in the league next year?
Yeah, but I don't want to make any comments. We're looking forward to being in the Big 12. There's no question. We've got a great commissioner, great set of schools, athletically and academically, so we're thrilled.
Dr. Clements,
Yes, sir.
The commissioner said that your entry into the Big 12 was contingent on you being able to be available next year. Is that the reason for filing the lawsuit and trying to hurry this up?
No comments on the lawsuit. No comments.
Chuck, can I ask how concerned you are that West Virginia Biggies won't allow them out of this 27-month waiting period?
I'm not concerned because I trust the two gentlemen on each side of me.
Oliver, take us through just the whole process of getting from when you guys work games to now.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
Well, the process was relatively swift, and not much time passed between the initial contact and the vote by the Big 12 presidents to allow us in. And we supplied a lot of information. Of course, every school's information is very public. It's all posted on the internet, Department of Education, etc. There are no secrets in college athletics. It was a relatively short process that I thought went relatively smooth.
May I comment on that? I would say that Jim Clements and I have not met each other until today, but I think we quickly established very open and clear communication. And we talked, I talked to Oliver, and I talked to Jim, and I don't think there was any mistaking what either of us were saying.
Is there any kind of need for a what-if plan at all? Has that been discussed at all? Like if the Big East would not allow them out after 27 months, is there a what-if contingency plan?
As I say, Oklahoma State told me they don't want to play Oklahoma twice.
Right.
But no, it'll be very difficult to obtain games at this late stage, but we fully expect that West Virginia will be there.
Oliver, given the fact that you can't comment on specific litigation, how confident are you that this will be resolved before July?
Well, I'd rather not comment on litigation.
discuss it. Well, we would, there are ways we could, and, you know, if it comes to that, I'm sure.
Jim, can you talk about the exit, if not the lawsuit, the exit from the Big East? I mean, do you feel good about how this is playing out?
You know, as I said on the phone on Friday during the media availability, we were a very proud member of the Big East and a good member. But now it's all about the Big 12, and we are thrilled to be a member of the Big 12. You know, it is a great conference. It's strong. It's stable. You know, from an academic standpoint, from an athletic standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, we couldn't feel better. So, you know, the stuff with the Big East.
Mr. Locke, I know you guys have run numbers on what kind of, much more income you guys can make by moving to this conference. Have you guys looked at numbers on how much you guys are going to more you have to spend now being on this?
We've started the process of looking at all the variables in terms of travel, in terms of television revenue, in terms of all the bits and pieces that we need to know. I can't give you any specific numbers right now because there are a lot of things we don't know yet. As I mentioned, we'll be sitting down very soon with Tim and others from the Big 12 office to answer all those questions. Clearly the television payout is much bigger than it is in the Big East, but we also would have additional travel expenses. But there are a lot of issues to work before we can really come up with any.
For example, I mean, just to throw a Texas out there, when you talk about incomes and money they spend versus what they spend against, can you guys compete with them?
Well, I would tell you that Texas is number one.
Right.
And nobody can compete with Texas in terms of the money they've spent. Although, if I look at the Big 12 and other schools, they've done an awful good job of competing against Texas on the field, on the basketball court, on the baseball diamond. So Texas does generate a lot of money, no question about it. And I'm sure the Big 12 is proud that Texas is number one when it comes to revenue generation. So I think at the end of the day, we will be very competitive in the Big 12. It's a great conference, great athletic programs, great academic programs, some real juggernauts when you look at the different sports. But I have all the faith in the world in our coaches and in our student athletes to rise to the challenge and be competitive.
By the way,